Broads Media.
They won both, huh? They lose to the San Jose Sharks, the first team to lose to that squad all season long when they were 0-10-1. They have no Carter Hart heading into a back-to-back against Anaheim and the LA Kings, who shut you out in your own building not too long ago, and they win both. Oh, Morgan Frost gives John Tortorella the middle finger. He gets 2 goals against LA. He pops up on the stat sheet in Anaheim as well with an assist. Wow, wow, wow. Where do we begin? That's a great question, bros. We'll start here. Let me tell you about my friends at MyBookie. If you found a $100 bill on the weekend, or excuse me, on the weekend, if you, my mind is totally 1,000% in sweeping a nice Friday, Saturday weekend. That's where my mind's at. But if you found a $100 bill on the ground, you wouldn't walk right past it. So why are you passing up on cashing winners every week? MyBookie has the biggest online selection of odds and contests to fill all your sports betting needs anytime, anywhere, so that you could turn that sports knowledge into cash in your wallet. Bet on the NFL, MLB playoffs, which is now over, so that's stupid of me to say, NFL, college football, MLB, nope, I just did it again, NBA, NHL, or play for a share of big cash prizes in the weekly blackjack tournaments. If you've been waiting for the right time to get in on the action, the time is now. Make your winning move today. Sign up at MyBookie and use promo code BROADS and claim your deposit match, redeemable up to $1,000. Again, that's promo code BROADS to claim your bonus. Experience the thrill of sports betting right from the comfort of your own home. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Okay. Real quickly, my final thoughts on the disaster in San Jose before we get to the positivity. 2 things I hated hearing after that loss was, 1, you're rebuilding. You're supposed to embrace these losses. No, not that loss. If you were to lose to the Kings, fine. If you lose in Vegas the way they lost in Vegas after a hard-fought effort, fine. Those losses, yes, you can easily swallow that. Not that. No. A team that's 0-10-11 and basically a minor league hockey team, an AHL squad, no. That's a game you win. You lose to better teams. You lose to teams that are great. Fine. And even the great teams, it showed on display today, or last night, I should say, that you can wax that ass, because that's what the Flyers did to the LA Kings. They waxed that ass, and you thought Carter Hart was going to start, and then I guess the illness happened again. Now you're throwing Cal Peterson in between the pipes, and you go, well, you can't win a game with Cal Peterson, and then the first couple of shots, one is super leaky, and it looks like it's working its way towards the goal line, and he's able to get it and put it under his tush, and you get a breakaway from Owen Tippett, and now you're up 1-0, but I digress. Let's get back to the San Jose thing real quick. I can't accept a loss to that team even when you're rebuilding. So that's the number 1 point that bothered me. And then the number 2 point with that same sequence is, well, Edmonton lost, and they have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. I don't want to be compared to that mess. I don't give a damn what Edmonton's doing right now. They're in hell. They are getting screamed at every day by every media outlet and every single fan and what's happening with the organization, and they need to make severe changes. They're a joke. I want nothing to do with Edmonton. Just because the Sharks beat Edmonton, that doesn't justify losing to them now, and the effort you gave with this team. We're 2 totally different entities in 2 totally different spots. I don't want to be compared to that slop. So, no. You can't accept losing to that team even if you are rebuilding. And I think their response, which was incredible, by winning both games, tells you exactly how John Tortorella felt about that loss too. Because the way they handled it was beautiful. That was probably the greatest outing I saw from them this year in Anaheim, unless there's one that's slipping my mind. But just from the eye test, Sanheim and Owen Tippett's goals were gross. Gross. Sanheim with the confidence to make that play, cut across the crease, and put it in. Amazing. And then Owen Tippett, that's my favorite, man. The way he puts the puck around and he uses his body, uses his leverage. I mean, that's one great thing about him is I think that he's got like a good mix of power forward, but obviously a rocket of a shot. Use that to your advantage, man. Take advantage of maybe where the Ducks are with one of their defensemen, and it's like, hey, hey, we got to have a forward. Okay, fine. Bang, he uses his power and his leverage, and then he rips it. And, of course, that bleeds right into the following night, and he gets another goal. So we need him to start stepping up. They need to start producing and finding the net. And I think that they're actually doing an excellent job of getting shots through from the point. Because if you look at this weekend in totality, Sean Couturier started the scoring off with a nice goal in front of the net, but it was a shot from the point. I don't think it actually got all the way through, but it hit a couple bodies, and then it sat there right on his stick, and he's able to put you up 1-0. And Morgan Frost got a tip-in goal in front of that. He also got a super lucky bounce, but for all the points he should have had, that someone else didn't cash in, or it was a half-inch shy of crossing the goal line, whatever it is. I'm just saying he had multiple opportunities of setting up teammates and getting assists that didn't work out. Well, he got rewarded by going around the net, trying to feed one through the slot, and it bangs off a couple bodies, whatever, finds the back of the net. Two goals, and the guy has been a health bomb for majority of this season. Good for him, and I think that can help out tremendously this team because they need help scoring goals, but you're seeing the way that they're able to throw pucks on net. There was another one that I think they had another good one where they threw just good scoring chances from getting shots through. I just loved how they were able to go out there and get two. I can sleep easier at night now knowing that happened after the disgust that was San Jose. I don't know if I was able to even express my upset feelings as much as I wanted to. I was sort of in shock mode, I'm not going to lie. And bros, why would you be shocked? You know the Flyers aren't very talented. I know, but I thought they were talented enough to beat a 10-1 San Jose team. And I apologize if I keep harping on that, but I think that tells a story of what they just did following that. I want to keep expressing how bad that was because I think that helps out and gives you more of a focus on how they just beat down these two opponents. And it is weird to see the Kings struggle as much as they do on their home ice, and then they go 7-0 in other teams' arenas, and they can do so well on the road. Well, take advantage of that. If you are the Flyers and you know that this is a team that isn't playing very well in front of their home fans, which is very bizarre, but I guess that's just where they are right now, pound them. And that's exactly what they did, even though I thought the Kings played way better than them. They played way stronger than them. They had so many more shots than them. But I guess when you take that first wave and you ride that first wave out and there's not a ton of damage done, if you can squeak one by and be opportunistic about it, well, all it takes is one or two bounces, and you're able to get an Owen Tippett breakaway. You're able to get one when Morgan Frost tries to center. You're able to get shots through from the point and then get a redirect and a tip in, and now you're up 3-0. Well, that's deflating. That's deflating if you're the Kings. And from there, it basically was enough. Forster got a nice assist as he got up in the forecheck, and the puck ends up bouncing out to Cam Atkinson eventually, who puts it in. It's crazy. Speaking of Cam Atkinson, what upsets me so much about this team is whenever they get a power play, no, I don't want it. Decline it. They have less than a 9% on the power play. That's so ridiculous. And Cam Atkinson gets sprung out for a short-handed breakaway. Excellent pass by Travis Sanheim, by the way. And you would think that you would feel better about having one extra guy on the ice, but I actually feel way better when we have one less guy on the ice. How does that happen? How does the power kill give you more boost than the power play? I don't know. I don't understand. It hurts my eyeballs. It hurts my eyeballs. What doesn't hurt my eyeballs, though, is TickPick. And if you click the link down below in the description, my promo code BROADS is activated already with that link that sends you to TickPick. And if you spend over $99 getting yourself to watch this team live, going down to the Wells Fargo Center to see this team compete, same with the Sixers, Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, Nick Nurse, you don't want to miss this. You can get $10 off your purchase if you click that link and spend over $99. And they have the best prices guarantee. So much so, and they believe in it, that if you find tickets on another marketplace, the same exact seats for a better price, they will give you the difference, 110%, up in TickPick credit back right into your account. You won't find better prices, though, because they are the best out there, and they also have upfront pricing, meaning that if you see the price at the end, don't worry, it won't say $150. Okay, let's sign out. What? $263? Where did that come from? Then you scroll down and see how there's a multiplier that adds all this cash to your balance. No. The price you see is the price you pay. So that's it. End of story, period. Zip it. It's done. That's what's so great about TickPick. So they're smooth. They're easy to use. It's a no-brainer. Join the TickPick family and get yourself to one of these games by clicking the link down below. All right, so I thought Urson played amazing. I thought that eye test from Anaheim was the best I've seen. They just look strong. They look like they had some jump in their game. They had the most creativity offensively I've seen in a while because, well, they were struggling to score goals. You get shut out by the Kings on your home ice previously. You have the disaster where the only goal you score against the Sharks is the one by Joel Farabee that I didn't even necessarily see cross the line, but they went to the replay booth, and I guess it was in the equipment, but the equipment was over the line. I didn't see it, but those were the only goals that you were scoring. So to see Sanheim and Tippett score those level of beauties that could be top 10 in the NHL on that given night, well, it's satisfying, all right? Now, I got to be honest with everybody out there. Friday night, I had a what do they call those? Stock the bar parties. It's sort of like a, God, when someone gets a new housewarming, but it's a stock the bar. So you bring a bottle of wine, you bring some beer, whatever. You help stock the bar at a new house. Well, my buddy got a new house, and I'm like, hey, we're going, we'll show up. We went, we hung out for a little bit. Well, by the time I got home, puck drop, right? We're on the West Coast, 10 o'clock puck drop, and I'm feeling good. So when I get home, I'm like, hey, why not? I'll pour a glass of wine. So I poured another glass of wine. Well, I ended up snoozing halfway through the second period. All right. I saw Joel Farabee's pass to Belpedio, which was sexy as hell. What a pass. And what a finish to go top cheese, too. But when it was 3-0, your boy fell asleep. So when I woke up, I ended up finishing the rest of it. I fell asleep through the second period. All right? I fell asleep through the second period. What do you want me to do? Sue me. Sue me. I'm getting called a fake fan. I'm getting called someone who doesn't believe in this team winning the Stanley Cup. I'm called a fraud. I fell asleep during a West Coast game. Shove it. Shove it. Now, I made sure I saw every pass, every shot on net, and I bounced back. I bounced back like the good fan that I am, and I tuned into every second. And to make it even sweeter, what felt good about making it through the Kings game. And I'm a Nighthawk, so falling asleep around 11:30 is a disaster to me. But I was feeling good, all right? Feeling good, and guess what? I guess I was grinding so much throughout the week. By the time Friday night hit, my body shut off and said you needed to regroup. All right, that was my body telling me, relax. You got to reset. Sometimes it needs to happen. You can't just run off the caffeine 24/7, but I disagree. I try my best. I do. Hold on. Let me take a fat swig because I need it. Okay. Where was I? Oh, the Kings game was 10:30. So those extra 30 minutes is more of me proving to the world, all right, that I got this. I think that's more satisfying to me, knowing that it was a later puck drop and I still made it through. Helped that there were some UFC fights on, too, though. Anyway, Belpedio, great. I thought Forster scored in Anaheim, and it's a shame when you slowed it down. It hit, was it Walker driving the net? But Walker had a clear, distinct kicking motion, so then that came off the board. We need Forster to score. For Morgan Frost to have this level of production before Forster's getting one in the net, it's a little stunning to me, even though he did have a really nice assist in L.A. there to get you. I think that was the 4th goal of the game. That set up Cam Atkinson. Yo, Forster, we need a goal. We need a goal. We need a goal. You hear me? We need a goal. All right, let's read some text messages here that came in late night. Look at you guys texting in at 2 a.m. I love it. I don't agree with scratching Bobby Brink when the team struggles to score, and he at least can help this team offensively. Okay, I like the fact that you brought that into the combo. So Bobby Brink and Zamula were both out for the second game. I don't really care. That's my personal opinion on it, and here's why. If this leaks into something that gets aggressive, which I will admit it could, because we've seen John Tortorella do it with Morgan Frost, where there's times where you could justify it, and then there's times where I think it's being a little too harsh, a little too extreme. Let's put him back in the lineup. Why is he scratched tonight? That's fine. So I'm not ruling out that it could possibly lead into that, and I understand the fear because we're dealing with someone that has a history of kind of pushing those buttons with certain players. But if you tell me throughout the regular season, Bobby Brink gets scratched for 10 games and plays 72, that's okay. Bobby Brink playing 70 games this year and sitting in the stands for maybe 10 or 12 and watching from a distance and learning, because that's what John Tortorella said it's all about. Look, let's get him some time off. We'll put him up in the stands. Sometimes you can learn from watching from a different view, get a different experience. We'll just give him a night off. That's okay. That's okay. Every single game. This is a grind, all right? And you could tell that Bobby Brink isn't bringing that same level of flash, because I think after her first few games, everyone else gets adjusted, the speed of the game, everyone who didn't go through the same level of training camp end up on the conditioning side of things, so now it's an even playing field. And, it's a grind, man. This is not college hockey anymore. It's not Denver. This is a world where you're going through a ton. He's not a big body guy, so I don't want to see him deteriorate, okay, in a sense. So if he has a night off, it's okay. It's okay to have a night off here and there instead of just forcing you to play through all 82. That was never going to be the case. So as for right now, it doesn't bother me, but I'm very, very willing to say if this does bleed into the Morgan Frost obsession in regards to him getting scratched and John Tortorella is obsessed with pushing those buttons, then fine. I will reconsider, and we can open that back up at another time. Zamula, he's done nothing for me to say that he deserves to be in the lineup every single day. I'm a simple guy. Do you deserve it? There's certain guys that shouldn't be scratched. You don't scratch Couturier. You don't scratch Atkinson. You don't scratch Sanheim. You don't scratch certain guys right now. Zamula could be scratched. Bobby Brink could be scratched. Morgan Frost could be scratched. It's a lot of guys that could be scratched. Palin could be scratched. Sure. Yeah, no doubt. I got no issue with it. And I also think, and maybe this is sort of I lived it, so I have a certain, I have a soft spot for it, I guess. I loved my college coach to death. I didn't play a lot my sophomore year. I played more my freshman year. But I loved my college coach to death, even though I was a healthy scratch a lot. There are guys on this team, and professional sports is not college hockey. The NHL is not college hockey. The NHL is not college hockey. But it's just in theory, okay? I was a 7th, 8th defenseman, 9th defenseman, and we all know 6 dress every night. If you never get a chance to see the ice, at some point, you lose them. I do think if you're on this team and you're on this roster, even if it's one game, I remember going into my coach's office and I looked at our schedule and I realized that we had Elmira coming up. We had Utica College coming up. Utica College, ranked top 10 in the country. Hobart, ranked 6th in the country. These teams are top in the country. I get it. I know where I stand. I might not play on those nights. Okay, we're playing a team that has 4 wins, and we play them in a back-to-back travel into their barn. Coach, I understand where I'm at. What do I need to do this week of practice so I could play against Kings College that week? A team that I know is significantly less than 500. That's like a spot where I understand as a role player that I won't play top 10 matchups, but can I get in the lineup on this given weekend? And I think to have some of these guys on your roster, once again, the NHL is not the same as playing D3 NCAA. It's just the principle and the idea and the concept of, getting some of these guys in. Bobby Brink out one day and having Zamula out and then getting a defenseman in there who isn't playing every single night. Just to have him pop in the lineup once and it's just one time and it gets flirted in. You need to have them active because I ended up just never, ever playing. And it's like, well, if you never, ever play, once you realize 3 months in that this is how it's going to be, come on. You lose the player. You lose the player. So working guys in and out throughout 82, this is more of the overhead view of this story. And once in a while, someone comes in because someone else comes out. I think you have to at least show that there's a purpose for you being here. There's a reason why we have you on this roster and you're in the position that you're in. You're not going to play every night, but we need you when we need you, and we'll put you in. And I guess Paling's a different story because he's a fourth-line guy established as that, and Brink coming out and him being in and out. It's different for a guy like that, but it's just the general purpose of when someone does, like Zamula, leave the lineup, someone else comes in. I see a reason for it, I guess. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, I guess before we read some more text messages, I'll tell you about my friends at HelloFresh. A crazy schedule can make it easy to fall back into your dinner time recipe rut. So keep mealtime exciting with over 40 recipes to choose from every week. And there's always something delicious to discover with HelloFresh. HelloFresh does all the shopping and meal planning for you. Ingredients arrive at your doorstep pre-portioned and ready to cook, along with pictured step-by-step recipe cards. How easy is that? HelloFresh is 25% less expensive than takeout. So that means you get easy home-cooked meals on the table and even more money back in your pocket. Go to HelloFresh.com/50broads and use code 50broads for 50% off plus free shipping. Go to HelloFresh.com/50broads and use code 50broads for 50% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Changed my life. Changed my life. My mother came over yesterday with my stepdad, and they were checking out the new addition on the house. And as they were getting back into their truck, they brought their dog, too. The dog was running on the leash. As they got back in the truck, they screamed out, "Hey, make sure I get more HelloFresh." True story. "Make sure you send me more HelloFresh." You got it. You got it. You got it. I'll get you more HelloFresh. Don't worry about it. I'll have you sign in yourself, and you can pick through, because I surprised them. And said, check this out. Obsessed. And they did it again. And they did it again. And now they're at the point where, hey, that's what they're screaming. Instead of goodbye, love you, it was great seeing you, get me more HelloFresh. Just saying. Okay, another text message. Is Sean Walker good? What a pleasant surprise. LOL. He moves the puck well and shot some forwards up the ice a lot lately. Yeah, he's got some moments. I guess I'll give it to you this way. I didn't expect him to have as many positive passes and positive plays and positive jumps up the ice that he has. I thought it was going to be another Nick Sealer, seventh defenseman style guy that doesn't really deserve to be in the lineup every single night. Well, he's earned a nice spot. Yeah, good. Is he good? He's not as bad as I thought. All right, he's not as bad as I thought. And I guess with this D-core in general, Sanheim, York, the way that they're playing and winning as much as they are, they're not a disaster in the D zone like we've seen over the years. I guess I got to give a bunch of credit to the group in general, because let's be honest, if I just wrote out those names on paper, you'd throw up, right? You'd throw up Carter Hart. Well, I guess maybe that's why Carter Hart's ill. Maybe he is looking at the lineup going, oh, damn it, I'm sick to my stomach. This is the D-core I have to play behind. All jokes aside, though, is he good? I don't know if he's good, but he's serviceable. He's definitely serviceable. I'll say that. He's more serviceable than I anticipated, at least to start the season. He's been nice. He's been nice. And should we be concerned with Carter Hart? Are they hiding something? I can never trust any team when it comes to injuries. It is weird because I thought he was going to play, then he's not. Thought he was going to play, then he's not. He took the road trip, meaning physically, after the injury that happened against Buffalo, things are trending in the right direction, and then now here we are. He's going to play. Then Charlie O'Connor tweets out, oh, hold on a second. Here's Cal Peterson. Cal Peterson. I probably would have put Urson back in the net just because I thought he played very strong the night before, even though it's a back-to-back. We need him to start getting back into a groove, and maybe he can have 2 great nights in a row. But you go to Peterson, and it ends up working out. He probably should have saved the 1 goal to make it. When they scored their first goal, they took a shot right inside the blue line. Sure, there was a screen, technically, I guess, but it hit his own body and then squeaked through the armpit. That wasn't good. He did enough, though. There's no doubt he did enough. I just never have faith when Peterson gets the nod. It scares me big time. It's probably an illness. I'd imagine it's an illness. I know some want to say that he's getting traded to Edmonton because Edmonton is so scared with their goalie situation, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's probably actually dealing with something. So maybe it's that bad. We've all had that where it's, I can't get off the toilet, all right? And maybe you're doing the combo, the throw up, and I can't get off the toilet at the same time. Well, if it's something like that, the kid can't play. You know what I'm saying? Kid can't play, so. They clearly had it in the trajectory that he'd be out there, so something obviously is holding him back. I'll hold off on the speculation of it being more, even though I'm with you. Normally, most of the time, an NHL team tells me something or the Sixers tell me something about an injury, my hairs stick up in the back of my neck because I think there's a bigger issue lying ahead. But not this time. We'll find out, though. Maybe I'm getting fooled. All right, everybody. I love you to death. You know that. And we will be talking very, very soon. Go Flyers. What a weekend, huh? What a weekend.